Hey YouTube, Retro Mike here, and I'm bringing you my first video game pickup video. So I want to go ahead and start this off with telling you how I want to do these videos. I'm going to start off with any online pickups I make. Then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the flea markets, garage sales, thrift stores, pawn shops, etc. And then I'll finish up with any trades I make with other people and other YouTubers. Now generally with YouTubers I'm going to go ahead and make a special video for them just to show them some love. Now I'm going to go ahead and start off with my online pickups. Now this pretty much all came from one person, and it started off with one game, and immediately once it was listed I pretty much picked it up. And I picked it up because I want these types of games. And that game was Shonen Jump's One Piece Grand Adventure. And it is complete. And the reason I want these games is I really do love the anime. And, you know, I don't know how great these games are, but I do like One Piece, like I said, so, you know, I'll give it a try. And so I'm going to definitely keep my eye out for any other One Piece games. Now, as soon as I bought that game, the guy messaged me. It's like, I got other games, and you know, here's a list. So I get right over the list, and I see quite a few Dreamcast games, and I definitely want Dreamcast games because I don't have a huge Dreamcast collection. So I go to him and say, I'll take the Dreamcast games and some of these cartridge games. And it's like, okay, fine, here, and you know, we come up with a deal. So start off, you know, with the Dreamcast games. The first one I got here is Shenmue. The only problem here is that it is missing disc 1. Other than that, it's fairly complete. You know, nothing terrible. A small crack on the back. But, you know, it's fairly complete. So, if you have this one, want to trade it, let me know. Also, I have Worms Armageddon with that lot, complete. Jet Grinder Radio, complete. MDK2, complete. And all these games are pretty much complete, so. Crazy Taxi, complete. He had Crazy Taxi 2, but he wouldn't trade it for some, or wouldn't sell it for some reason. Don't know why I even put it in the list. Sonic Adventure. Heard this is a really good game. Complete. Code Veronica. Now, I do like the Resident Evil franchise, so I was happy to finally get this. You know, both discs are there. And there is a little bit of water damage on the manual, but still, that's fine to me. And the last Dreamcast game was Wacky Races, complete. And like I said, with that deal, I also got some cartridge games. And the cartridge games were Space Station, Silicon Valley. Now this game, I already have someone interested to trade with, so, you know, that game is out for trade right now. But I also got Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Now, that game also for trade, but I do want to play it, so, you know, it may be a little bit while before someone would be able to get it. And the other game, Spider-Man's Maximum Carnage. So those were the cartridge games, and he threw in one other game, and it was Fusion Frenzy for the Xbox. Complete. So, since it's complete, it will definitely go to my collection. And, it's one of the tabs broke, so that's why the manual fell. And that's pretty much it for my online games. Now, for my flea market, It was opening day rather, for the biggest flea market around here, and I always go to it. It's very big, but it isn't huge in the deals. There's not like, $2, $3 games there. On occasion there is, but generally, if you want to find some decent games for decent prices, it's to go there. So the first deal I made was with a lady that I generally don't like to deal with because she has, first of all, fake Pokemon games, also games with printed artwork as well as printed manuals, and to me, that speaks no love to the game. So generally, I don't deal with that. So I generally pass her up. But she did have a game that I've been wanting because I got it recently, or the box and manual recently, and that game is, let me open it up here, Super Mario All-Stars. And I just got the cartridge, and that came, like I said, I got the box and manual, and that's why I got this game from her, and it was just $15, but I didn't even want to spend $15 for it, so I bundled it up with the game Tales of Symphonia, and it's the Wii one. It's complete. Now, generally I don't play many Wii games, but it is an RPG, so I might keep it. I'll definitely mention if it's for trade in future trade videos, if I don't really care for it, because it is complete, but I like to get games that I really enjoy. So that was pretty much it for that person. Then I came up to a booth that had a few Nintendo games, and they were just all carts, and then there was one there that had it in a hard case. So I pick it up, and behind it was, the game was Metroid, and its manual. Now, and it came with the case. Now, I probably will keep this because I am hoping to get the box. So, if you have the box, I will trade so I can complete this game. And then I moved on to one person there that is really awesome. Like, he really gives me great deals on games. And, I saw one game there that I didn't really need, but for some reason I just got it. And it's another copy of Super Mario All-Stars. Why did I get it? I really don't know. I have no idea why I got it, but that one's definitely for trade. And I bundled it with a purple Game Boy Color, and inside of it was Zelda DX. So, these will definitely be for trade. Now, the main reason I got something from him was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Manhattan Project, and it came with the manual. So, now I need the box for it. So, if you have the box for it and you'd like to trade, let me know. I'd love to complete that game. And I'm also looking for, all the Ninja Turtle games for all consoles. I grew up with it, so gotta have it. Then I did an entire sweep of the flea market, and I didn't find anything else. And I had some spare time, so I was like, fine, I'll go through it a second time. Lo and behold, find several vendors still putting stuff out, which is odd. It's like, 2 hours from closing. So, went ahead, hit some of these new vendors, and found one that just had a huge tote of games, and most of it was sports games. There were some PSP games, but everything was individually priced. I don't like to deal with too many individually priced games because they're not going to be anything good. Stuff probably already been picked through. But I almost didn't see this game because I reached into the bin and pulled a handful of the games out, and it was sitting on underneath these games, so it was hidden. And that game is The Warriors for the PS2, and it is complete with the registration card there. And this manual is absolutely beautiful. I've had this game before from a thrift store, and I eventually sold it or traded it. Can't quite remember, but I don't have it because mainly it didn't have the manual. And I have PS2 games, and I've never seen a manual that pristine before. It is like someone just opened it and didn't play it anymore. Then I come across another lady who had quite a few games that I did not see have them before, and went ahead and bought some games. They were 2 for $5, so $2.50 each, and the games were Blood Omen 2, complete, Star Fox Adventures, complete. This one has a little bit of water damage up here, but it is Ultimate Alliance, complete. And like I said with Wii games, you know, if I like it, I may keep it, but it's, you know, up for trade. And this last one, I actually was just going to get those 3 because the rest of them I didn't really care for, but I saw this one, I was like, I've never seen that name before, so I was like, fine, I'll go ahead and get it. And maybe it's my ignorance, but I've never seen this game before, and it is Dinotopia, the Sunstone Odyssey. And again, it is complete, and I've never heard of the game, so hopefully it's good. You know, I'll eventually get to play it. And you know, those 4 games ended up being $10. Now, I did find one thing there at another booth that I saw there before, but I was contemplating getting, and that was a plug in here, a PS2 fat one. And as you can see, if you can, it's missing the disc tray door. So I was kind of skeptical that it even worked. But the main reason I got it, it did come up with power cords and AV cords, but the main reason I got it was for this, the network adapter that pops into the back there. Now, I have no clue if this even works. I've never ran into one before. I've never had one before, so, and I don't even have an online game to be able to test it, so who knows? I don't know if they still work, so let me know, do these still work? I have no clue. Then, at this flea market, there's a building somewhere out there that you can rent instead of using your garage and such to set up a garage sale. You know, you buy a spot and you have your garage sale. So, you know, there were some people in there. And in there, I bought the game just because I didn't hear of it. You know, generally when I don't hear of a game, I will buy it just because, you know, for the fun, I've never heard of it. So, the game I bought was Battle Cars. And it does have a sticker on the back, but it is cartridge only. And like I said, I generally don't want cartridge only games, so it would be up for trade. So if you need it, let me know. And another thing that was in that building was a PS2 Slim. and this was only $5, so I grabbed it. It didn't come with any cords, any controllers, but you know, it's quite often than not that you will not find a PS2 Slim, you know. And I've been wanting one, but I've been wanting one with the stand, so that way I could set it up like this, like, you know, the fat brother over there. And also, I would like one with a box, so if I keep this, you know, I may have to hunt for a box. But it did have a game inside of it, ATV2, and sitting on top of it was another game that the guy just said, take it. So I did, Madden 08, and it is not complete, so I don't really care too much for sports games. If it was complete, I would have kept it, so since it's not, it will be up for trade, or whatever. It may go in a donation bin, because I do donate sometimes, so that, I believe, is it for the flea market. Yeah, that was definitely it for the flea market. So, I hit some garage sales along the way, as well as different days of that week, and I came up with quite a few games. The first game I bought was only $2 at a garage sale, and I didn't have it. It was Army Men Zedra's Heroes. Now, I always played this game on the Nintendo 64, and I have a lot of memories with this game, so I'm happy to see it, that it's finally on, you know, I finally have it for my favorite console, so that's cool. Then I picked this up, it was $2, and I picked it up because it is a brand new sealed game of Street 3. A sports game, but again, I'm not going to pass up a sealed sports game, just because it is sports. So, I grabbed that. And that will definitely go with my sealed collection. Now, I don't always deal with sealed games, but if I get a sealed game, I generally keep it sealed unless I really want to play it, and it's not incredibly valuable, then I would just get a used copy. So, at that flea market, there were some garage sales outside of the fairgrounds, so, you know, we hit some up, and there was a lady at a garage sale that's selling a bunch of games, several Wii and several PS3. The Wii games were $2 each, and honestly, I sort of think I should have just bought them all, just because they were all different, but they were all sports, and they were all complete too. So $2, I probably should have bought them, but I didn't. And I actually only bought some of the PS3 games, which were $3, and I bought Sniper Ghost Warrior and WWE 2012. Now, those games, of course, are for trade, because although I do collect for PS3, it's generally games that I enjoy playing, because the games are kind of expensive right now, so if I buy them, it's going to be new. So, yeah, there's that. And a few non-video game related things that I bought at that same garage sale with the PS3 games. I bought this neat handheld, if you want to call it that, of a electronic baseball game. Now, the main reason I actually bought this was for nostalgia, because besides an Atari 2600, the only other video consoles that I dealt with or had to play before I got to my first console, which was a Nintendo 64, we played this, a version of the electronic game, as well as other Pong variants, so, you know, I was happy to get that. And another thing I got, and just because I thought it was neat, there's tons and tons of electronical gambling systems out there that are battery operated, but this one was pretty much all mechanical. It does run on batteries, but it is definitely mechanical, and it is a poker game, almost like a video poker. You hold that, and you get your symbols. You hold which ones you want, roll again, and you see what you win. And the main reason I got it is it had its manual as well with its box. So it was cool to have. More likely I'll have it up for trade. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. And keep an eye out for any other videos. I definitely will probably be doing more pickup videos as well as other stuff. So thanks for watching.